What's going on, guys? blinkFRO here, and today I'm bringing you another Hornets Association video. This one is going to be the off-season. We're going to actually simulate all the rest of these games. I apologize if you guys are upset with that, but I don't see why you would, because we're going straight through the off-season. We'll have a whole new team next year. And just taking a quick look at the standings before we start simulating, which is over on NBA.com. We're going to take a look at the division standings. We are 23-40. It was showing that on the other page. I don't know why it just didn't show you there. But overall standings, we are the third worst team in the West. And we are tied for the sixth worst team in the NBA. Tied with the Cavaliers maybe and the Kings. No, that's not right. We're the fourth worst tied in just wins. But anyways, we're going to start simulating this. If you want to take a look at the rotations I have right now, I gave Kaman more minutes because I want to hopefully give him the sixth man. Actually, we'll give him two more. Hopefully he'll win sixth man of the year because he's in the races. I'll show you the races, awards races. You got LeBron, Wade, Durant, Westbrook, and Howard all for MVP. Rookie of the year, Irving, Knight, Brooks, Rubio, and Walker. Sixth man, Lou Williams, DJ Augustin, Chris Kaman, Kawhi Leonard, and Vince Carter. Vince Carter, surprisingly, I guess Dallas traded him to Oklahoma City. Don't know who they traded him for. And then we got defensive player Howard, Garnett, Smith, Monroe, and McGee. And most improved, Teague, Brown, Collison, Bargnani, and DeJuan Blair. So we're going to go ahead and simulate this. Hopefully Chris Kaman wins sixth man of the year. And we're not going to simulate all the way to the end because I just want to take a look at a couple things. Wesley Johnson will be unable to play. Adjust rotation manually. We're going to throw Jamario Moon in there because right now he's a little unhappy. Hopefully it'll make him happy and want him to resign with us next season. Give Webster some more minutes. Give Jack a couple. Give more to Redick because he's a little bit unhappy, as you can see. And we'll put in, Dragic. Give him the rest. See what we could do there. So we won against the Nets, and we lost the two other games we simulated. And we're going to go ahead and simulate to this Grizzlies game. Simulate all games. Jason Smith will be able to play. It's alright because he's reserved. Johnny Flynn will be able to play. Leave it as is. D-League starts. No thank you. Continue simulating. We just won 4 in a row, which is kind of ridiculous. 5 in a row. I'm all for the late season push, but 6 in a row, 7 in a row. Eric Gordon unable to play. I kind of wish we would just lose them. So where's Jamario? So we can get a higher draft position, give more minutes to Kaman, give him that late push for sixth man of the year. Give Jason Smith some minutes, and we'll see what happens these last 2 games of the season. So we're 34-46, which is unfortunate, and we're going to also take a look at the Timberwolves, not Daily View. Take a look at the Timberwolves, where they stand, because we have their draft pick. So the Timberwolves, they did not make the playoffs, which is good. That means we have 2 lottery picks, and the Timberwolves just finished just barely ahead of us. And unfortunately, we passed the Suns in wins, and we have more wins than the Cavs, Raptors, Bobcats, Wizards. So that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're in 8th place, 9th place. No, 8th place. And then they're in like 10th or 11th. Hopefully you guys can't hear these like girls screaming outside. But anyways, take a quick look at the team stats, player stats. Eric Gordon leading the way with 20.3 points per game. Carl Landry 13.1. Kaman with almost 12. Jack with almost 9. Flynn 8. Wesley Johnson 7.4. And as we scroll down, you can see more. Okafor doesn't really do too much when you simulate it, except for rebound the ball. He has the most offensive rebounds on the team, followed by Landry and then Kaman. Rebounds per game, Okafor dominates, but that is because he got the majority of the minutes. You're going to see at 28 minutes per game, just about. While Kaman only had 22 or actually 21 a game. So that makes a big difference there. Assist leader is Johnny Flynn, obviously, because he's the point guard. Eric Gordon, another 3.5. Jarrett Jack, he didn't play that many minutes, as you can see. 18, his role went down once we acquired Flynn. Steals per game, Gordon. Wesley Johnson over 1. Jamario Moon almost has 1, and he is happy, so that is good. Because I plan on keeping Jamario Moon next season. Blocks per game and make Okafor leading the way. Turnovers, Eric Gordon had the most turnovers. Jason Smith led the way in field goal percentage, but he only took 47 shots. Kamen had a very high percentage, as well as Landry, Okafor, and Ione. 3-point percentage, Webster, Bellinelli, and Dragic all over 40%, and followed by Gordon, Johnson, and Flynn. JJ Redick, Jamario Moon all over 30%, and everyone else is pretty bad, aka just Jarrett Jack. Free throw leader, Jarrett Jack, Jason Smith, Bellinelli. So the guy that had the most minutes, or more minutes I should say, and actually Jarrett Jack had a lot of minutes, so I don't know what I'm saying. And that's going to wrap it up for player stats. And just taking a look at the D-League, we can take a look at Gravis Vasquez. In the 50 games he played in the D-League, 6.3 points per game. And I forgot to do the developmental drills. I forgot to do that, and I'm kind of upset. 6.3 points per game, 3.3 assists per game, a steal per game. He didn't shoot very well, and he turned the ball over quite a bit. But hopefully when he's on our team next year, he can get more than that done. And then taking a look at Xavier Henry, in the 14 games he played, he averaged 5.4 points per game, almost 3 rebounds per game, and he also shot pretty poorly, except for beyond the arc. He shot 40%, which is good. I consider anything under 40% for regular field goal to be pretty bad. I mean, he was close to it, so it's not horrible, but I would prefer it to be over 40%. So we're going to go ahead into the offseason now. Simulate through date. It's all good. Player name to all defensive second team. That would probably be Okafor. And we did not win 6th man of the year with Kamen. So LeBron James, MVP, no surprise there. Kyrie Irving, Rookie of the Year. Chris Kaman, 6th man of the year. I don't know why it didn't pop up before, but that is good. Chris Kaman, 6th man of the year. I like that. Dwight Howard, Defensive Player of the Year. No surprise there. Jeff Teague, Most Improved Player of the Year, and Eric Spoelstra, Coach of the Year. I don't know why it didn't show his wins there. All-NBA First Team, Wade, Rose, James Durant, Howard. That's not really a surprise. Then we got the second team, Westbrook, Darren Williams, Josh Smith, Kevin Garnett, and Tim Duncan. 2 old guys right here making the second team. I like to see that. Surprisingly, Kobe Bryant is not in here. Darren and Russell both beat him out. Kobe Bryant is not on the all-third team. You got Chris Paul, Steven Jackson, Blake Griffin, Antoine Jameson, and Al Jefferson. Don't know how Antoine made it. Actually, now we know. He shot pretty well, and he had almost 24 points per game, as well as almost 9 rebounds per game. I like to see that from Antoine Jameson. Steven Jackson made it up there too, shooting the ball pretty well and almost averaging 23 points per game. So all defensive first team, you got Wade, Rondo, Smith, Garnett, and Howard. And then second team, Tyreek Evans, Wesley Johnson. Wow, that's good to see. Kevin Durant, LeBron James, and Greg Monroe. And all rookie first team, Irvin, Rubio, Knight, Walker, Brooks. Second team, Kenneth Faried, Williams, Morris, Burks, and Leonard. So that's going to wrap it up for the awards. And we're just going to go ahead and look at the playoffs. So we got Thunder versus Portland, or Trailblazers, I should say. Lakers, Nuggets, just like in real life, yeah. Mavericks, Clippers, Spurs, Grizzlies, Heat, Nets. I don't know how I do know how the Nets made it because they actually have a pretty good team on paper. Celtics, Magic, Pistons, Hawks, Bulls, and Pacers. And now that I think about it, I think I'm going to break the offseason into 2 parts. This will be the first part. And I'll do the player resignings on all that. And the second part's going to start at the pre-draft workouts, the draft, and the free agency. So we're going to go ahead and simulate the first round. Simulate round. So Thunder beat out Trailblazers. Nuggets beat out the Lakers. Mavericks beat out the Clippers. Spurs beat out the Grizzlies. The Heat beat out the Nets. Celtics beat out Magic. Pistons beat out the Hawks. I don't know how the Pistons are the 3rd seed. And the Bulls beat out the Pacers. And I just want to take a look at the Pistons team. Who do they have? Knight, Prince, Gordon. They traded for Jared Dudley. And that is it. I don't know how their team is so good. Beats me, but we're going to go ahead and simulate to the next round. So we got the Thunder sweep the Nuggets. The Mavericks beat the Spurs 4-2. Miami beats out Boston, and Chicago beats out Detroit. Now I'm going to say Miami wins, and the Thunder wins, and the Miami is probably going to take the cup. Or not really the cup, but they take the championship because they usually win every time you simulate this. And Miami beat out Chicago 4-2. The Mavericks beat out the Thunder 4-2. So this is just like last year's Mavericks versus Heat. Won't be surprised if the Heat win because they always win. They sweep the Mavericks 4-0. And the Mavericks don't really have, they somehow traded for Iman Shumpert. And that reminds me, I have to remember to put up Jeremy Lin's stats because his is still really low. And I think that's really it. Did they trade for anyone else? I think Joey Graham might have been a free agent. And they signed him. Reggie Jackson they traded from the Thunder. I guess that was in the Vince Carter trade. And looking at the Heat, their whole team remained just about the same. Eddie Curry, wow. Actually doing some work. Yep, their team is exactly the same as it was to begin the season. So that's that. LeBron James, MVP. So there you go. He gets his ring. He gets Finals MVP. And these are the coaches or the players that are retiring: Jamison, Stackhouse, Bell, Fisher, Kidd, Posey, Wallace, and Nash, and Grant Hill, and Kurt Thomas. So the Suns taking a big hit there. Two of their best players, probably if not the two best players on the Suns. It's sad to see Ben Wallace retiring. Jason Kidd retiring is pretty sad, as well as Fisher and Stackhouse, and Jamison. And then Steve Nash and Jason Kidd inducted into the Hall of Fame, which is good to see. And here are the player progressions for our team. Eric Gordon goes up a point. Kaman goes down 1. Flynn goes up 5 because he's got that 8 potential, which is nice to see. Landry goes up 1. Wesley Johnson goes up 5. Webster stays the same. Okafor goes down 2. Gustavo Ayón goes up 3. Henry goes up 3. Dragic goes up 4. Bellinelli 3. Jarrett Jack stays the same. Jamario falls down 2. JJ Redick goes down 1. Gravis Vasquez goes up 5. That is very good to see. And Jason Smith goes up 2. So just taking a look at a couple of the boosted stats. Bellinelli is now an 89 3-point shooter. Xavier Henry's medium is almost 80, which is good to see. And Wesley Johnson's shooting gets a lot better. Now we're going to move on forward to the draft lottery. We have the potential of getting the 8th and 12th pick, if not top 5 picks. So this is currently the probabilities of the teams landing the first pick. So it's going to be a reach for us to get one of those top 3 slots. But here we go. If we don't see our name called for 12 or 8, that means we moved up. So this should be interesting. Warriors 14, then you got the Bucks 13, 12 Hornets, so we did not move up there. Rockets 11, 76ers 10, Knicks 9, Hornets 8, so we did not move up at all. Suns 7, Jazz 6, Kings 5, Wizards 4. I think they had the highest chance of getting the number 1 pick, and they fell out. And the Cavaliers are going to wind up with the first pick in the draft, followed by the Bobcats and the Raptors. As you can see, those are the only things we have. And here's the White House visit. For some reason, it doesn't work for me anymore. It just does that. So we can skip that. Staff signing. Our assistant coach, his contract expired, and for $500K, getting D and everything, I think we can go ahead and fire you and upgrade to Thomas Oliver. But I don't know if potential. I feel like potential doesn't do anything. I don't know if that increases your player potential or like helps them out, but I feel like that doesn't do anything. But I mean, just for a little bit more, why not? We'll sign him for 2 years, see what he does. Everything else is good. I like these 2 guys. And that is that. Team player options. We got Johnny Flynn, accept. Martell Webster, 5.71 million. I like him, but I wasn't really using him too much. And I want to keep Xavier Henry and Gravis Vasquez. I have to change Gravis Vasquez's or Xavier Henry's number. But I think we're going to go ahead and get rid of Martell Webster. Unfortunately, it's a tough. You know, we'll keep him. We can always trade him. Yeah, we'll do that. So Dwight Howard declined his option, and Chris Paul also declined his option. So that should be interesting. We can't acquire either of these stars. It would have been nice, but I don't believe we have the money for it. Lamar Odom declined, and Earl Boykins and Joey Graham declined. So that's really it for the big name players. Samuel Dellenbert declined. Terrico White, C.J. Watson, Jermaine Taylor, Dante Jones, Joel Prisbilla, Andres Nocioni. And then we'll take a look at the qualifying offers. We're going to offer Bellinelli the $4.82 million. Yeah, we'll offer that to him. And free agents, we're going to go ahead and... This should be interesting. I want Jamario Moon. So that is that. Offer him a year. Keep him as a role player. Good to go. Jason Smith, if he is a low number, yeah, we'll keep him as a bench warmer. JJ Redick wants a test free agency, so that is fine. Goran Dragic, we don't need, because we have Gravis Vasquez, and Chris Kamen's going to demand a lot of money, I can tell. That's actually not that much. So let's see if he wants to be the starter. And but he is 30 years old, and he is declining. Maybe if I give him 2 years. Option, player option, no team. Because we can always trade him. I can use him as a trade chip. Give him just a little bit under, so $6 million a year, a little over. That is fine because I want to try to get rid of Okafor. And then I don't know. You can't like advance one day. It's just that's that. So we'll see who we got. All right, good. That is good. That is good. Jamario Moon did not resign with us, which sucks. Neither did Jason Smith, which sucks. And Chris Kaman didn't want to sign with us, so that was horrible. So that's going to wrap up this video. I've never actually done these workouts before, so I don't know how this is going to go. Usually I just simulate this. I'll probably just simulate it. Yeah, I'll probably just simulate this. But that's going to wrap up this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and as always, thanks for watching, and tune in next time.